So today we're going to be talking about the story of Jacob and Esau. Now Jacob and Esau are the sons of Isaac. Now do any of you know who Isaac is in the Old Testament? And this is in Genesis. Yeah.
He was in a story.
Yeah, he was in a story. That's good. Yes?
He is Abraham and Sarah's son.
Yeah, exactly. Great job. So Isaac is the son of Abraham and Sarah, and when Isaac married, he married a, let's see. Yeah, so Isaac says he pleaded with the Lord on behalf of his wife because she was unable to have children. The Lord answered Isaac's prayers. And so Rebekah, which is Isaac's wife, of course, became barren with 2 children. One was Esau, and one was Isaac. Or no, one was Jacob. Sorry. So, do you guys know guess what Esau means? What the name Esau means in Hebrew? It means hairy. So when he was born, he was very hairy already, and this is a male too. Typically, women have more hair on the top of their head when they're born. But in this case, Esau came out and he was just hairy all over. And then Jacob came out.
Even on his body?
Yeah, he was very hairy. And then Jacob came out holding on to his ankle, it says in the Bible. It says he was, where is it? Yeah, well, okay. The first one was very red at birth and covered with thick hair like a fur coat. He was covered with thick hair like a fur coat as soon as he was born. So they named him Esau. And the other twin, and they are twins also. And Jacob came out grabbing onto his ankles, so they called him Jacob, which means like seize or grab. So anyways, so when they became older, guess who this is? Eulalia.
The hairy boy that's like...
What was his name?
I forgot.
Esau. Esau means hairy. And guess who this was?
Jacob.
Yes, Jacob. So Esau was very an outdoor person. He always smelled like the outdoors, Probably wasn't too pleasant because I'm guessing they didn't have cologne back then. And then Jacob was more indoors and he had smooth skin, well groomed. And Esau just let his hair grow out and didn't really care. And he would be out in the wilderness hunting and all of that. Now one day, Esau was out hunting, right? And he came back to the camp. And he sees Jacob is cooking up a stew. Now, Esau is super hungry. Esau's like, I need some stew. So, Jacob replies, all right, but trade me the right as the firstborn son. So he wanted to hit for Esau, because Esau was the firstborn, to promise him his rights. And a birthright is something that gives authority from the father is passed down to the first son, which Esau would be liable for getting that power and authority, but Jacob wanted it for himself. So then Esau says, well, what good is my birthright when I'm starving right now? What is good my birthright to me right now? So Jacob forces him to swear that he will sell the birthright. Now Esau does it, and he sells his birthright for a pot of stew. Do you guys think that was worth it? But in the moment, he was hungry, so wouldn't it be worth it then? Even if you're hungry?
Why don't he just go hunt?
Yeah, he was hunting, but he didn't get anything.
Go hunting again.
Exactly. Perfect idea. So then later on, so their father, Isaac, was older, right? It was hard for him to see. It says his eyes were weary. And Jacob Esau comes to his father, and his father tells him he wants him to, it's almost time for him to, give him his blessing for the birthright. So he asks Esau to go out into the wilderness and hunt for game and kill it and bring it back to him so he can eat it and then give him his blessing. Now, in the background, Rebecca, his wife, listens and hears in on all this what Isaac is saying to Esau. Now, Rebecca doesn't like Esau as much as she likes Jacob, right? Because Jacob's clean. So Jacob listens to Rebecca when Isaac isn't around and says, I heard what he was saying. We want you to get, do as I tell you and you will have the birthright that you want. So, the mom says, then Jacob replies to Rebekah saying, my brother Esau is a hairy man and my skin is smooth. What if my father touches me? He'll see that I'm trying to trick him. Because remember what Isaac said to Esau. Isaac wants him to go kill an animal and bring it back to him. So Rebekah tells Rebekah tells Jacob to go behind Isaac and Esau's back and bring her 2 young goats so that she can kill them and make them into a stew, into her husband's favorite stew or dish that he likes to eat. And then Jacob says, but my brother Esau is a hairy man, my skin is smooth. What if my father touches me? He'll see that I'm trying to trick him, and then he'll curse me instead of blessing me. And then the mom says, then let the curse fall on me, my son. Just do what I tell you. Go out and get the goats for me. So Jacob went out and got the young goats for his mother. And so Rebekah, he gets the goats, brings them back. Rebekah makes the meal, and then she brings the meal, then Isaac is waiting for Isaac is over here waiting for Esau to come back. But no, he doesn't know. Remember, his eyes, he can hardly see. So, Jacob comes back with all the fur on the coat and on his hands and on his neck. It says she put it on his neck in case he touched him and smelt him when he gives him a hug or a kiss. So he would smell like his brother Esau, and he wouldn't see that it was Jacob, so he would give him the birthright. So he comes in, brings him the stew, and he eats it, smells him, and says, your voice sounds like Jacob, but you smell and you touch, your feeling is like Esau. So it truly is, it must be you. And then he hugs him and then smells him and then says, okay, it must be you. So, Isaac says, the smell of my son is like the smell of the outdoors, which the Lord has blessed. So then he says, from the dew of heaven and riches of the earth, may God always give you abundant harvests of grain and bountiful new wine. May many nations become your servants, and may they bow down to you. May you be the master over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Who curse will be cursed, and who bless will be blessed. So now he has the blessing. He's like, sweet, yay, I have the blessing, right? Now he leaves, but what did he just do? Do you think what he just did was right?
No.
Why was it not right?
Because he's lying that he was his brother.
Yeah, so he was deceiving his own father to get something that he wanted that didn't even belong to him. So he was technically stealing the birthright while deceiving his own father. And he teamed up with his own mother to do it. So then Esau comes back, right? All dressed up to offer him, Esau comes back, has the stuff like Isaac had asked for. But Isaac says, when Esau heard his father's words, he let out a loud and bitter cry. "Oh, my father, what about me? Bless me too," he begged. But Isaac said, "Your brother was here, and he tricked me. He has taken away your blessing." Esau exclaimed, "No wonder his name is Jacob, for now he has cheated me twice. First he took my rights as the firstborn, and now he has stolen my blessing. Oh, haven't you saved even one blessing for me?" Isaac said to Esau, "I have made Jacob your master and have declared that all his brothers will be his servants. I have guaranteed him an abundance of grain and wine. What is left for me to give you, my son?" So he has nothing left for Esau when Esau was worthy of all those things. And when he blessed Jacob, he said, "All your brothers will become your servants." So now Esau is enraged, and because he is now technically under his father's blessing, is one of Jacob's servants. So Esau pleaded, "But why do you have only one blessing? Oh, my father, bless me too." Then Esau broke down and wept. Finally his father Isaac said to him, "You will live away from the riches of the earth and away from the dew of the heaven above. You will live by the sword and you will serve your brother. But when you decide to break free, you will shake his yoke from your neck." So now Esau is enraged, right? He's enraged at Jacob, because Jacob just got the blessing. Now Esau says he hated him because their father had given him. Esau says, "I will soon be father's death, then I will kill my brother Jacob." So now Esau wants to kill his brother Jacob. So what does Jacob do? He flees. He flees and he leaves everything that he was just given behind to escape his brother Esau. He leaves and leaves everything behind that he was given. And Esau is left there, and he just wants to kill his brother, and he hates him. So all they did, they deceived their dad, and now Jacob is left with nothing. So I say the takeaway of this story is, I had it written down. 1 minute. Okay. Actions have consequences, right? So Jacob goes and deceives his father with his mom, and then after he's given everything, what they achieved and what he thinks successfully worked, now Esau's super mad at him, and he has to end up fleeing and leaving everything that he was trying to get behind. And so he leaves worse off than he was before, without his family even.